and as you can see, this thing is absolutely beautiful. We have a 7-inch screen, built-in controls, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabyte M.2 NVMe that's replaceable if you ever want to upgrade it down the road, and it runs Windows 10 right out of the box. I'm sure we could install different operating systems on here, but personally, I'm really interested to see how this thing can game on the go. And yeah, I mean, straight out of the box, this thing looks like a premium handheld gaming PC. So inside the box, along with the unit itself, we also get our USB Type-C cable for charging this thing up, plus a 65 watt PD power supply. So this is actually my second time booting this unit up. I still need to do some setup, but this screen looks great. It's a 7-inch IPS coming in at 1280 by 800, and I personally think this is the perfect size for a handheld like this. So taking a look at the bottom, we have dual stereo speakers. We also have a single USB Type-C port here, and this will act as our charger for the battery. Swapping around to the top of the unit here, we have 2 more USB Type-C ports, a 3.5mm audio jack, power button, and volume control. So as we know, this does have built-in controls, and over here on the left-hand side, we have a single analog stick, a D-pad, a start and select button very similar to the Xbox button, and the H button actually functions kind of as an Xbox button. It'll bring up your menu inside of Windows. Plus, we have this extra LED button which activates the accent LEDs that are built into the unit itself. On both sides behind the controls, we have 4 RGB LEDs. Over on the right hand side, we have 4 action buttons, A, B, X, Y, another analog stick, and we have 4 extra hotkey buttons. So we have a Windows button, Escape, Task Manager, and Keyboard.
Than a gaming device when compared to the Win 3 and the Aya Neo that functions purely as a gaming device. From low to high, we have the Aya Neo with a base price of $699 to $750, the GPD Win 3 i7 at $899, and the GX Pro at $1,400 at the time of making this video. For this money, you get a Ryzen 5 4500U with 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabytes of storage, and a 47 watt-hour battery in the Aya. In the Win 3, you get an Intel i7 1165G7 with 16 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage, and a 46 watt-hour battery. The GX Pro has an i7 1160G7 with 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabytes of storage, and for the sake of simplicity, let's just say that it also has at least a 46 watt-hour battery as well. The first metric that I want to talk about is battery life and battery performance. All 3 of these devices can be controlled in a way that can maximize battery life to the point where you can achieve a performance versus battery life level that is acceptable for your situation. For me, 2 hours of battery life is around the limit that I'm willing to accept due to a host of factors that I will go into in this video. The methodology for this section is pretty simple. I set all 3 devices to 15 watt TDP with maximum brightness and then ran the Heaven benchmark until they died. Before doing so, I ran the test once with a battery in each device to record the benchmark score, and then again with no battery and the device plugged